Hey guys, Kenny B here from Cities and Suburbs. Welcome aboard. April 6th, 2024. A couple of real quick things I wanted to share with you. And I don't have my solar eclipse glasses just yet, but I'm hoping that they did arrive and are still there when I go to get them on Monday morning. Let's just say that. So, Cities and Suburbs, hey, and I want to shout out to my buddy System. I haven't seen System here for a while, and I know you're out there, buddy. Hope everything is doing really well for you, and you are doing well. Thank you to a few new subscribers to the channel. So we cover things Worcester. I really like to keep it local. A few things today, though. I wanted to look at the gas prices and the economy. And as we get into the election cycle for a new fearless leader of the United States of America, who's, regardless of who it is, gonna put more money back in your pocket. The day-to-day struggles of people who live in our cities, particularly here in Worcester. We're in a transitional period, and the wealth is not being spread out to everybody, if you will, but I didn't want to start off on a negative. I mean, I think it's a positive. I think there's plenty of jobs out there right now, but I don't want to see you working 80 hours a week to just pay your rent. Anyway, let's look at the gas prices, because I'm connecting this. Gas prices, the average right now in Massachusetts or in the Worcester area is about $3.23 a gallon. $3.23. Now, 2 months ago, man, I mean, 2 months ago, I'm paying, or we were spending, if you know where to go, at least 30 cents less, a gallon. And so where I live, here off of Route 20 in the Charlton area, the mobile station is at $3.39. I drive 6 miles south. Okay, I'm getting it for $2.91. I'm filling up at $2.91 in Nantan, so $2.92 or whatever. But it's under $3 a gallon. So I stay away from the mobiles, the all the major petroleum companies that you can get a credit card from, and just put it in the pump, and at the pump, pay at the pump, and you wait for the bill, and you go, oh my God, But I'm telling you, man, if you're a business owner and a contractor, and the amount of money you're paying for fuel, okay? So if you look at that, and you tie it into the average cost of groceries, which I was looking at this a little bit, the rising cost of groceries, and this is from Consumer Affairs from November 2023, so pretty close. As of mid-November, the state's seeing the largest increase in items that you need was Pennsylvania, was 8.2% increase in grocery, 6.6 in Massachusetts. We were 6, so who knows what we are now, guys? But you guys know what your budget is and what you can afford, and and it's sad. We shouldn't be scraping day to day with our wallet, and we have to feed a family, so you're probably spending. I mean, if you're a family of 5, or you got mom and dad and 3 kids, and that's $200 a week on food. It really is, and then you look at the rising cost of inflation in other states. I'll get to that really quickly, but if you guys in Massachusetts haven't noticed that your flags have been at half-staff, Congressman William Delahunt, 7-term congressman in the state of Massachusetts, passed away, and Maura Healey, our governor, has announced that flags should be at half-staff. When I was younger, I mean, when flags were at half-staff, it was a soldier, it was the president, it was you know. But now it seems like with half staff and everything, nothing. You know, I don't mean anything wrong, poorly said about you know, the congressman, but I personally do not feel the flag should be at half staff for a congressman. They did their job. Okay, they did their job. Just like every day you go to work, you do your job, right? Be great if you know, when you said goodbye, that you know, raised the, you know, lower the flag to half staff. So I'm conflicted with that. I really am. I mean, we've gotten so, particularly Massachusetts, we got so liberal about everything. Anyway, 4.8 earthquake felt up here in Massachusetts. 4.8. Okay, and that was you know, the epicenter was at White House Station, New Jersey. You know, and it travels along a fault line, and you know, you have to understand too that Massachusetts and New England has more fault lines than ever. Okay, and this one followed up the Appalachian Trail, and bang, you know. So yeah, we felt it at work the other day. And then, of course, we have the solar eclipse. And why is the solar eclipse so important? So, you know, there's an interview here with Dr. Ruder Kafel. He's a physics professor at WPI, and I probably butchered his name, and I did not, that's not comical. Names are hard to pronounce these days. You know, we're not, you know, the America we grew up with were Smith, Brown, Johnson, and everything is fine. Everything is fine. I have no problem, you know, with the diversification of America, because that's what America is. But you know, solar eclipse happens when the moon and the shadow, when the shadow of the moon, rather, falls on Earth, but the moon's orbit around the Earth does not lie on the same plane as the Earth's orbit around the sun. Therefore, the moon's shadow does not reach the Earth frequently, and hence the eclipse becomes a very rare event, as the moon is much smaller as compared to the size of the Earth. Its shadow does not cover the entire Earth during the eclipse. This gives a very narrow path of totality during an eclipse. So basically, where did Ken go? You know? And so it's going to be Monday, and it looks like probably in the afternoon, and we're in the 80% totality, you know, where you can expect total darkness, and make sure you have your shades on. And you can look online. There's plenty of ways to look at the eclipse, and the next one's 22 years from now. You know, when you have eclipses, and then you have total eclipses, but this one's going to be a total eclipse, particularly the way right now, you know, the northern hemisphere in the world is going on Earth is tipping towards summer, you know, and the southern hemisphere is tipping toward fall, okay, and their winter, you know. And so as, you know, the Earth kind of spins around the sun, but it doesn't really do it like this. It does it like this. It doesn't, you know, it spins, and thank God it does. Otherwise, you'd roast or freeze to death. Anyway, California, $20 an hour, okay? 3 days ago, overnight, 25% increase in the minimum wage in California. And this is a trend, guys. And we're talking about entry-level jobs. And I remember this with the whole fight for 15. You guys remember the whole fight for 15 in Massachusetts? And, you know, $15, we need $15 an hour. You can't live on minimum wage anymore. So now, that's going to affect a lot of jobs in the fast food industry. So, man, I'll tell you what, I said this a couple of years ago when we were climbing out of that dreadful C-19 whatever it was, puke bag fest that the whole humanity had to go through, a little hiccup, right? A little interruption in the average daily events of all of us on the planet. You know, and I go to one of the fast food chains, and you know, and stuff I was buying before stupid C19 was $1. Okay, now it's whatever. So I bought 2 cheeseburgers and a small French fry, and it cost me $9. Okay, now you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King, and I don't know if they may kick me off for saying that, but Burger King has actually been the worst offender in terms of, you know, raising prices, and I understand it's not like the food is worth, like you go to any of these burger chains, and number one and number two, I mean, if you were a business person and you lined out, oh, here's 2 pieces of bread, you bought them in bulk, so that's maybe 15, 20 cents, and then the cheese, right? Maybe that's 20 cents, and the meat, right? And you bought it in bulk, right? I mean, you're making a burger for under $1, right? And then you get the fries, you got to drop them in the grease, and I get that, but it's not just that. It's the prices of the people that are making the food. It's the workers' comp. It's the money behind the fast food that you're eating. And fast foods, my prediction is a lot of these fast food places, they're not gonna fall, right? Your lunchtime drive-through big shots, they're not gonna fall, but they're gonna be cutting back, man, right? They're gonna be cutting back in terms of stores that, they're probably not even gonna try to compete somewhere. They're just gonna be like, no, we're done. There's a big food chain that was turned into a hospital, urgent care down the road from me, and these guys. First of all, they're not ever going to lose money, right? The shareholders of any of these big corporations, they will never lose money. Anyway, so gas prices, the solar eclipse. Make sure you have your glasses. If you stare at it like this, it'll burn a hole in the back of your eye. Anyway, rare events, watch your wallet, right? Watch your wallet, because you're the only one that can do that. All right, guys. Anyway, wishing you well here on Saturday, and we will talk to you soon. And take care. Kenny B here, Saturday Hour.